First thing I do when I wake up, watch TV. That's the first thing I do when I wake up. And I watch TV for an hour because I'm an addict. I watch whatever's on TV. I watch the news. I watch the most interesting thing I can find because I'm desperate for content. I'm sensitive. I'm soft. I try to be hard, but I'm soft and sensitive. Can be a little bit selfish, but I'm working on that. I like to enjoy myself in any way possible, and I think I'm a very brave person. I'm willing to try any and everything at least once. Yeah. I've never really celebrated Valentine's Day. I don't know how to make things mean something to me just because other people are talking about. I don't know how to make it mean something to me. But I'll do something nice, because if the girl likes it, I'll do something nice. But for me, it does not touch my feelings in any way. So, but yeah, it's any opportunity to do something fun for something sweet is a welcome opportunity. So Valentine's. The thing that I'm always most grateful for is my family. The fact that my family is in good health. I mean, that's one thing that means more to me than anything else. I mean, I don't care if I get broke for a little bit. I don't care if I make a lot of money. But the most important thing is that God has made sure that, you know, my mother is healthy, my sisters are healthy, my daughter is healthy, my nephews are healthy. For me, that is the most important thing. My music has always been experimental. I've meant from the beginning to not put myself in a box and to just get people used to the fact that I'm going to be trying different things throughout my career. You know, so there are times when I've made songs that I liked and people didn't quite get them, and I'm okay with that. For me, that's part of my process. And then I've had some good luck, obviously, with some very big songs, and that's how I want to do things my entire career. I just want to keep trying things that no one else seems to have the guts to try, you know. So, because I've got nothing to lose. Sex is just a fun subject matter. It's fun. That's the reason why I like to talk about it in my songs, because it's just fun. It's fun to do it. It's fun to talk about it. When girls get together, they talk about sex. When guys get together, they talk about sex. When boys and girls get together, they have sex. So it's fun. It's fun. It's a fun thing to do, and it's a fun thing to talk about in songs. And a lot of people, that's the one thing all of us have in common. It's the one thing that we all enjoy hearing about. And you know, everybody enjoys getting a bit naughty. So I like to indulge that side of everyone. Yeah, but I'm not obsessed with sex. I think I like it as much as the next guy. Everybody wants to be good at sex. Well, let's just say I try to be good at everything, okay? I try to be good at everything. I try to be good at cooking, and I try to be good at pleasing a woman. But some of the songs that have really blown me away that I made were the more personal ones, you know, like the song from my first album, which I wrote about my father. Now, while I was writing it, I didn't realize how profound it was. It only started, it got clear to me after I made it. When I was listening to it, I was like, whoa, okay, that's deep. And then recently I have a song that's not out yet, but it'll be out this year, which is basically like a letter to God. And I always try to avoid making songs like that because I find them so emotionally taxing. By the time I'm done, it drains me. It drains me because I have to be completely honest. I have to dig deep inside. Yeah. You see, I'm getting a little bit sad because I'm thinking about that song now that I was telling you about. It's a very emotional song. This past weekend, actually, I was listening to it with my daughter, and she cried listening to the song. And she's 9, and she felt touched by it. You know, she's like, oh, don't ever make me listen to this song again. But those are the songs that every time when I listen to them, I'm like, yo, this dude is good. Every time I get on stage, I am scared. Every time since the first performance up to now, I've done hundreds, but I still get terrified. And I don't want right before I get on stage, I don't want anyone talking to me, but people talk. People talk to you. you're at a show, people are drinking, everybody's in a good mood, and everybody's trying to wish you luck, everybody's trying to talk about that song or something, and you want to be in your space and just think about what you're about to do, and it's always scary. It's always very scary, and but it works out. The minute I step on stage, and it's like, I see. So I'm either gonna suck or I'm gonna do a great job. So I choose to do my best, even if it means making an idiot out of myself. The down part of allowing yourself to being brave with your emotions and putting your emotions out there, risking it, being scared, not being scared to putting your work out there, not being scared for people to reject you, and just basically as being in touch with putting your sensitive side in front of everyone, so everybody can touch it if they want to. They can poke at it if they want to. It's a scary thing, but for me, it makes me feel alive. And I've had some pretty low moments where I felt like I'm almost depressed, and I try to keep those moments far and few and far apart. But that's sometimes when I've had, when you work hard on different things, there are bound to be certain moments where you feel like I keep trying this, I keep trying, but nothing is working, and there's going to be that some moments that are really, really, really difficult, and then I allow myself. What I do with it is I allow myself to feel that pain, and so that I get past it. I talk to people that I trust with my feelings, and I tell them how I feel, and then that makes me feel better. And then the next day it's the same, back to being strong again. For me, I've always felt like it doesn't make sense to other people that somebody would say, I only want to make music for Botswana. But I feel like for my personal life, my life is, I don't want to let Juju Boy run my whole life. So my life is in Botswana, and I don't want to get any busier than I already am, to be honest. I would like, obviously, for more people to hear my songs, but I don't want to get any busier than I already am. Maybe South Africa, because people in South Africa there are people in South Africa who speak the same language as us here. Then I'll probably, this year I'm actually making some moves to get into South Africa, but I'm not going to move there and start hustling to get into South Africa. Because at the end, what am I going to gain? I'm only going to get more famous, and then what's that going to change, so that means more famous, more busy, less time away from my life and the things that I really care about. And fame is not all it's cut out to be. It's just a lot more people talking to you. That's all it is. I just dropped my first single for 2016, Motho, bolaa, which is a really nice song, really fun pop song. I figured, I'm always trying to change things up, so I figured people are always all of us like pop songs. We like Justin Bieber songs, we like Bruno Mars songs, we like Justin Timberlake songs, but nobody's making pop songs in Botswana. Everybody's trying to do Afro pop, right? So the song is like your international pop sound, but in our language, because in vernacular, because that's what we speak. So it's fun, and yes, there's sex in it. So I'm very excited about it. I can't wait for everyone to hear it. I wish I could just stand somewhere and make everyone listen to it. I don't know if I'm working on an album, to be honest, because it seems like right now the public really doesn't really consume albums as before. So I think maybe the new format is to make nice strong singles. So I'm just trying to do that and see how that works, because I feel like it's enough. People are already bombarded with so much material, and I'm just trying to put out the best quality songs I can. It doesn't matter if they're 20 or if they're 3, as long as that are good quality songs that people enjoy. Being creative is very fun. I'm very lucky that I was born creative, because I can't imagine what my life would be like if I couldn't do all the things that I'm able to do now. So I think that I'm very lucky to be able to express myself in multiple ways. And being creative just makes life more fun, more fulfilling, because I'm able to explore myself in many different ways, in music, and through my music, through the stuff I make with my hands, my art, which is I design, I do graphic design, I do it mostly for art, not for money anymore. Yeah, so it's made my life more fun. You know, I didn't, for example, with music, I didn't before I made my first song, I knew that I could make music, because I just knew in my head, like, you know how you can when you want to make something, you can sort of imagine it before you even try it. So with music, it was exactly the same. It was like I looked at it, like I listened to songs, and I was like, I can do this. And then the first song that I recorded turned out to be of good enough quality to go on radio and actually become quite a good hit. Yeah, well, I'm working on. I'm trying to grow myself, and I feel like I've done quite a bit of work on myself as a musician. Now I feel like in the past 2-3 years, I've put my focus into being a good entrepreneur, because I want to create a good business that can benefit not just me but my family and my child, something for my daughter to inherit. You know, my daughter cannot inherit the Juju Boy. Yeah, she cannot grow up and decide she's going to pick up where I left off and be Juju Boy, a Juju girl. You know, so I'm trying to create something lasting that can benefit my family. So I'm trying to be the best entrepreneur I can be. That's what I'm working on right now. So I've got a few new businesses on the side that I don't want everybody to, that I don't want the Juju Boy brand to taint, so I won't talk about them. But the perks of being a musician or being a famous person is it obviously opens some doors. You know, it opens doors, so it's much easier for a Juju Boy or a Gaona to get an appointment with someone than it is for somebody who's not. But yeah, so that I think is a very important thing, especially for somebody who's trying to do multiple things, trying to grow as an entrepreneur as well. So it makes, when I do well in my music, when I do well in my music career, when I meet with people and I try to get people to listen to what I have to say, they pay attention because they know I'm able to get, it's sort of, my music sort of speaks for me, and it shows that I'm able to get things done. So it makes people sit and listen. So yeah, that's the pro. And obviously the negative is, really, how many people can you talk to in one day?
The time I spent with you, it changed my world. When you told me that you love me, it rocked my world. You left me with a feminine smile. It was like the time I got my first bicycle. It was like the time I dropped one man rock band.
Oh, Botswana 50, it's incredible. For me, I've always been a strong believer in staying here in Botswana and being patriotic and building. You know, every young person that I've ever spoken to who maybe has gone to school overseas and now wants to go back and work overseas, or wants to go, hey, I gotta go Botswana. And I always make an argument to say, let's stay here and build our country and make it. Nobody's going to do it for us. Let's make it the way we want it to be. And Botswana for me is, I see it, and it's just potential, because we're so young as a country. There's so much stuff that we can do if people are just willing to work hard. And for me, it means it should be an opportunity for the country to sort of like rediscover itself and to start getting it into people to be more patriotic and build a spirit of wanting to make this place great, you know.
Keeps on bringing home the stupid losers. Someone had Kibala Form 1, Lerofo had Kibala Form 2. What kind of idiot calls himself Lerofo? I'll tell you.
My message to anyone that looks up to Juju Boy is, you can do it. You can do it. Anything is possible. I always tell. I was telling my friend just this past week, like, living in this town, I've lived in Gaborone all my life. Every street that I drive in every day, I've pretty much walked there as a kid. And I look back and every time I pass like my old neighborhood or my old school, I think about how I used to walk there when I was a kid, when I was like a teenager, and I never could have imagined what my life was going to turn out like. I never would have ever imagined that I would get so much of the things that I did done. I feel like, for me, I find that so profound that you don't know what the future holds. Like, it means the future is full of a million possibilities. You know, I don't understand. I hope I'm not getting too deep, and yeah, I hope it makes sense. But for me, the future is anything you want it to be. Yeah. So get excited about the future, and whatever you want to do, get it done.
What kind of idiot calls himself Larofa? I'll tell you what the stupid name is there for. I'ma conquer the world. I'ma conquer the world. I'ma see